那个叫啥？
搞一大勺子一。
现在走着哈。
真的不，真不。
别拆了吧。
How do Chinese celebrate Chinese New Year? Hello, I'm Bella Wang, living in Shanghai. Today we are going back to our hometown. For many Chinese families, this is the most important journey of the year. After driving for a while, we stop at a highway service area. My daughter was fast asleep, so we took turns stepping out. There were so many more cars than usual. Everyone was on their way home for the Chinese New Year. I decided to get some food first. After walking around, I chose KFC. It had been such a long time since I last had fried chicken and Coke. Sometimes, simple food brings simple happiness. After eating, we got back on the road. Traffic becomes slower and slower. My daughter and I fell asleep as the car moved forward, inch by inch. By 8 p.m., we finally arrived home. My dad had prepared a warm meal for us. No matter how long the journey is, home is always waiting. The next evening, my sister and her family arrived too. Today was the busiest day. We started the morning by fishing. In Chinese culture, fish sounds like surplus. It symbolizes abundance and blessings for Chinese New Year. We call plant of fish. enough for the entire Chinese New Year.
宝宝再摸一下，再摸一下，抱一下。好。
Then it was time to make dumplings. Every family has their own feeling. My mom bought fresh white greens yesterday. She carefully cleaned each leaf. It takes time, but it's worth it. We also use winter bamboo shoots. They are one of my favorite ingredients. They taste incredibly fresh. We chop everything finely, mix it and add some salt. Simple ingredients but full of the taste of home. Then we start wrapping the dumplings. We usually buy ready-made wrappers. It's faster and easier. The whole family sits together, wrapping dumplings and talking. This moment matters more than the food itself. We also prepared cured pork for Chinese New Year. After seasoning the meat, we hang it under the winter sun. Early in the morning, firecrackers wake up the entire village. This sound means Chinese New Year has truly arrived. We first honor our ancestors. Then we set off firecrackers. Our extended family gathered at my uncle's house. We've celebrated Chinese New Year here for as long as I can remember. Everyone sits around the fire, staying warm and catching up.你妈妈又去哪了？ In the kitchen, my aunt is busy cooking.
我的新年愿望就是家人身体健康。然后呢，我们茶几顺风顺水。
都先干过来。二哥，这两个，这两个。
那个鸡汤头的不行。
这哪个？
啊？
哪个？
鸡是烂了嘞。
烂了。
这不是煮上的鸡，才到里面吃的多一点。
我把鱼啥子？ 那就不要熬了，就放点肚了嘛，直接宰嘛。
The fire burns brightly. In China, fire symbolizes prosperity during Chinese New Year.干嘛？你春卷是自烤的？你在端菜呀？
哎，甜甜在这边，
在这边。哦呦，怎么这么棒呀？
好不好？
甜甜你好棒呀！你还会帮忙端菜菜呀？你怎么这么优秀？
姐坐姐。
好好好，好好。
坐。
哦。This is our Chinese New Year lunch.
那个小老板，做了哈。
我没在直播，我在拍视频。我来把留个纪念，到时候我把拍好了之后发给你们看，好不好？哎，投过去。
坐我姐姐旁边吗？然后就来。不对，我是这样。
看到了。
看呀，做几下来？做几下，宝宝？
Everyone is here. Moments like this only happen once a year during Chinese New Year. My uncle gave lucky money to grandsons and granddaughters.
我们转好吧？跪一下谢谢。做好准备了。逗脸。
嘴巴疼了。
你再哪个来？哎呀，王甜甜，你给我吧，好吧？
谢谢了。
人来了，快去，爷爷那里。
哇！
拿走了。
谢谢爷爷。
要，
你这是要，不要有你。来。
好，谢谢爷爷。
好，来，来，谢谢爷爷。
还有的，还有。
你呀。哇！恁姐带手了。
俺姐带手了。
啊，来。
姐姐，给你一个。
来，你给他，给姐姐。
姐
姐带手。
你很棒哎。
这样，他这样。
谢谢小姑。新的之后要再给他个谢谢小姑，不用谢。My sisters-in-law gave red envelopes to the children. After lunch, we returned home. My nephew had already put up the Spring Festival couplets. We would have our Chinese New Year's Eve dinner at our own house. I helped my mom in the kitchen. I tend the fire under the stove while my mom and my sister cook.
这个能放在饭里面，直接蒸垃圾。好了，我觉得够了。蒸的不蒸不。这个水洗。稍微蒸一下那个鸭子。我爸爸放。
My dad sets the table. And together we prepare the most important meal of Chinese New Year.
点个东西，
When everything was ready, we waited for the rest of the family. In China, many people drink baijiu during Chinese New Year.
好，不要串。
我要养的不能给你烧。
那我这
啊，下去字幕音听不上哈，你这在屋头，我给你多点。多。
我等一下吃，我要晒盐鲜进去了，拿来炒这些，你那个大炒面那个。
你像啊，都来到底儿，就是紧着吃不太。
啊，好不好吃饭饭？吃饭饭呀？
好吃再吃。
好好吃的，对不对？哎呦，真棒耶！发红包啦！你们2个的红包没给，来。
这我都没听讲。
谢谢小姨。
好，去，那等一下。
你搞吗？你上吗？
给他看看150。
那我再买一串10块，我找巴士回来。外面都有东西啊，40、70、80，好，我找巴士回来，我再买一串，没上。
你
上。
上20。
我走。
你上20，我上20，我吃80，我这个还有50。
对，我还有50。你还领我了。
On Chinese New Year's Eve, we stay up until midnight. This is called guarding the year. We say goodbye to the past and welcome Chinese New Year.
哇，你看这个人在太空里面拜年。
因为我就是那一种
我
不是那种养吃的人。
我看那个抖音搁那配的，你那在哪找的？看你那个。
吃不好啊？
At midnight, fireworks filled the sky. In that moment, Chinese New Year had officially begun. And once again, we are together. Home.